The cold wind bit through Liam's worn-out jacket as he stood outside the grocery store, staring at the reflection of himself in the glass doors. Tired eyes, dusty sneakers, and a heart that carried more hope than money. It had been 3 days since he last had a proper meal, yet there he was, counting. A few wrinkled dollar bills in his trembling hands, deciding between bread for himself or soap for his little sister back home inside. Warm light and laughter filled the aisles. A world that always seemed just a step too far from his own. He sighed, his breath fogging up the glass, unaware that in just a few hours, his entire life was about to change forever. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and the power of doing good when no one is watching, take a moment to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. Because stories like this remind us how a single act of compassion can echo across the world. Inside the store, Liam tried to blend in, moving quietly past shelves that whispered promises he couldn't afford. His stomach growled, and he quickly grabbed the cheapest loaf of bread he could find. As he reached the checkout, his attention was drawn to an elderly woman ahead of him. Her hands shook as she unloaded a small cart. A few cans of soup, milk, and a box of tea. When the cashier announced the total, she froze. Her trembling fingers searched through her purse, pulling out coins, coupons, and crumpled bills that didn't add up. The line behind her grew restless. Someone muttered impatiently. The old woman's face flushed with embarrassment as she whispered, "I'm sorry, dear. I might have to put something back." Without thinking twice, Liam stepped forward and placed his few bills on the counter. "Please, let her have it," he said, quietly, his voice barely above a whisper. The cashier hesitated, glancing at the boy's ragged clothes, but Liam nodded. Firmly, the woman turned toward him, eyes wide, lips trembling. "Oh, sweetheart, you don't have to," she began, but he just smiled softly. "It's okay, ma'am. My mom used to say, if you can help someone today, do it before tomorrow." He didn't wait for thanks. He just grabbed his bread and left, unaware that someone had captured the entire scene on their phone. Back home, Liam returned to a tiny, dim apartment that smelled faintly of damp walls and hope. His little sister Emily was sitting on the floor, coloring on the back of an old cereal box. "You got food?" she cheered as he handed her the bread, pretending not to notice the exhaustion in his face. Their mother had passed away 2 years earlier, and their father had left soon after, unable to bear the weight of poverty. Since then, Liam had become both brother and parent, working small jobs, cleaning yards, anything to keep a roof over their heads. That night, as Emily slept, he sat by the window, staring out into the dark, whispering a quiet prayer that maybe tomorrow would be kinder. But fate was already moving faster than he could imagine. The next morning, he was awakened by a thunderous rumble that shook the windows. At first, he thought it was a storm, but when he looked outside, his jaw dropped. The narrow street in front of his apartment was filled, end to end, with motorcycles, hundreds of them, their engines growling like a living heartbeat. Leather jackets, chrome helmets, and banners fluttering in the wind. He stepped outside. Cautiously, confused and half afraid, a man stepped forward, tall, broad, with kind eyes. Beneath a black helmet on his jacket were the words, "The Road Angels Brotherhood." The man smiled and said, "Are you Liam?" The boy nodded. "Slowly, son," the man continued. "You don't know what you started yesterday." He explained that the elderly woman Liam had helped was the widow of a late biker, one of the founding members of their group. When one of the bikers saw the video of Liam's kindness online, they shared it in their community. Within hours, it spread like wildfire. Now, 500 bikers had ridden from across the state, not for revenge, not for trouble, but for gratitude. Tears welled in Liam's eyes. As the man handed him an envelope, "Her name's Mrs. Parker," he said softly. "She told us what you did," said it reminded her of her late husband, always helping others even when he had nothing himself. "She wanted to thank you in person, but she's not well enough to travel, so we came in her place." Liam opened the envelope and gasped. Inside was a check, not for a few dollars, but for $25,000. "This is from the Brotherhood," the man said, "to make sure you and your sister never go hungry again." The boy was speechless. His hands shook as he tried to form words, but nothing came. All he could do was look around at the sea of faces, men and women from every walk of life, united not by wealth or fame, but by compassion. The leader placed a gentle hand on his shoulder. "Kindness is louder than poverty, son. he said, "and today, it's your turn to hear it roar." The bikers didn't just leave money, they stayed some, repaired the broken fence around. Liam's building others stocked his fridge with food, toys for Emily, clothes, and even a new bed. One of them arranged a part-time job for him at a local garage, promising to train him as a mechanic. The quiet street that once echoed only with loneliness was now filled with laughter, warmth, and the low rumble of engines that sounded almost like music. By evening, when the bikers finally began to ride away, Mrs. Parker's car arrived. She stepped out slowly, leaning on her cane, her eyes glistening with tears. Liam rushed to her side. Speechless, she reached out, cupping his cheek with a trembling hand. "You reminded me that the world still has good hearts," she whispered. "My husband used to say, it's not the money you have, but the love you give that defines your worth. You proved him right." Liam couldn't stop the tears anymore. He hugged her gently, feeling something in his heart mend for the first time in years. As the sun dipped low behind the horizon, the last of the bikers revved their engines in salute, raising their fists in the air, a thunderous symphony of gratitude for one poor boy who had chosen compassion over comfort. Neighbors peeked from their windows, some wiping their eyes, others stepping out to clap for a moment. That forgotten corner of the city became a beacon of hope, a reminder that kindness, no matter how small, can ignite miracles. Later that night, Liam sat beside his sister, watching her sleep peacefully under a new blanket. He looked at the check again, then at the stars through the cracked window, whispering a thank you to his mother, to Mrs. Parker, and to the strangers who had become his angels on wheels. For the first time in years, he didn't feel poor, he felt rich, not in money, but in humanity. If this story touched your heart, please like this video, share it with someone who needs hope today, and subscribe so you never miss more stories that celebrate compassion and kindness in our world. And before you go, comment below and tell us, have you ever experienced or witnessed an act of kindness that changed your life? We'd love to read your stories, because sometimes all it takes is one small act to change everything.